Alright, Route 66, this is a casual scrim, and we have Reunited going up against Luminosity. Late night, it's 3 AM in mainland Europe, and we are on the North American server. Luminosity are going to be attacking with Milo, Pooks, God, Seagull, Enigma, and Esper making their lineup. And defending, we have Reunited, Valutaja, Winghaven, Mort, Cruz, Too Easy, and Unfixed. We're going to go ahead and check out Enigma as he tries to make a little bit of headway on McCree. The opposing sniper will take the form of Too Easy, potentially looking to pick a couple of people off, trying to get Seagull there, unable to do so at the moment. Genji potentially looking to come in and wreak a little bit of havoc. Oh, and here we go, let the sushiing begin. Widowmaker in a little bit of trouble right now, and Too Easy gets sliced and diced. Winghaven on Roadhog in the meantime. He's been really good on Roadhog, sort of grabbing people out of the sky. These guys had just played a game on Hollywood, for example, and the aerial dominance in the middle of the map that he demonstrated was incredible. Oh dear, and the teleporter instantly gets found out. Not exactly the best there. We have an instant res coming out there from Esper, and the payload will reach its first checkpoint. A lot of action going on. I'm spectating this at 3 o'clock in the morning after a full day's work and casting King of the Watch, so I'm probably going to miss a couple of things with my observing as well, but I will do my best. It's just really cool to be able to be honest, even just sit here and watch these guys play. Now, at the moment, Gods and Enigma both have Deadeye available on Luminosity, and Milo will also have Earthshatter now as well. So there is a potential for a big collapsy sort of play here. Oh, and never mind. That was a very, very quick death from Valutaja. That's a little bit of a whiff, though, on the Earthshatter. Not doing terrifically well there. Seagull now coming in to see if he can do a bit of damage. Gods managed to pick off Cruz, but that's about it. And we get Mort, at least. Milo gets Winghaven, and all of a sudden it's 6v3. So each of those players winning those individual engagements will allow the teams to get pushed back. And we have got the ultimate for Seagull as well. That's going to be a lot of fun. Sushi Blade, as I like to call it. We'll see how well that turns out for him. Reunited, in the meantime, are planning their defense. It looks like they are going to be giving up on this particular point, deciding to regroup instead and attack Luminosity as they go into the shelter there. Ooh, and Winghaven going to go ahead and get plonked from Seagull. I actually missed that entirely. That sort of came out of nowhere, to be perfectly honest. We'll see how he is able to pick off a couple more as the payload now moves into the final building area. Too Easy has moved over to Junkrat. A pretty decent all-round damage dealer. You can just indiscriminately chuck a lot of damage out. And as a result, he can do so much to blunt the attack of the opposing team. Pooks basically has his work cut out for him to just constantly heal everyone, because Junkrat is going to be able just to do so much indiscriminate area of effect damage. Winghaven still in the thick of the action, trying his best to accompany the payload, but he is getting very, very low indeed, and there will be a mutual elimination between him and Seagull. Let's go ahead and zoom out of the room in third-person view just to get a bit of stock of what's going on. Reunited are defending at the moment. Luminosity need to make one last attack stick for them to go ahead and win this portion of the map. This is a casual scrim, so there's no money on the line or anything like that. These teams are practicing with each other. There have been some pretty cool compositions when these guys were defending on this map. For example, Luminosity's Seagull decided to go with Bastion, and he had an absolutely sick play where he basically had 7 or 8 unanswered kills in about 30 seconds. There's the Dragon Blade coming out now from Seagull. He's going to go to Sushi Town. Are we going to see any more targets? We are indeed. Too Easy gets his corpse donated. Valutaja goes down now as well, and Genji, well, Genji's basically single-handedly forcing the res. Oh, and very, very nice there. Managing to kill Valutaja a second time as well. That is not going to be particularly happy. Mort, by the looks of things, reses and then immediately gets killed. Oh no, pardon me, that's actually Esper. Seagull still going at it. Oh my goodness, does this guy die? Alright, there we go. Unfixed taking him out. And we have Too Easy still continuing to indiscriminately chuck away there on Junkrat. And it looks like Luminosity are going to have to reset once again. Reunited appear to be defending very, very valiantly. 4 minutes left to go now. God's going for the Deadeye. Is he going to see any targets? Unfortunately, not everyone just about manages to stay away. So that's not going to work for him at all. Unfixed moves on in with Winston and decides to take out Gods. So McCree will not be available right now. We have a pretty interesting ultimate moment with Riptire on Too Easy, but as often is the case with these things, it's so difficult to actually find a way to prevent the opposing team from killing the Riptire before it explodes. It's just so frustrating at this level. Let's see if he's able to make this work, though. Here we go. Moving through the building to avoid detection as long as possible. Oh my goodness, he gets 3 kills there. Esper, Enigma, and Poogs round the corner. They had no time to react. Literally not even a quarter of a second. So that is about as good a Riptire as you can expect. Very, very delicious. The only thing he could have done better to kill more people is maybe if you had something like this sort of geometry and you go off the edge and there's no time to react because it comes from above. But that is very, very good coming out of Junkrat there. Valutaja now continuing to defend, potentially with Deadeye available. Maybe wanting to save Deadeye for part of a plan where he's got... Oh, hang on a second. Another High Noon. I believe that's God's. That is God's. And Valutaja tried to use his High Noon and failed. And as a result, it's gone back to 51%. Already back up to 93, though, on the ultimate counter. Esper gets taken out.
I'm on fire.
Very, very nice. Oh, and Seagull. Is Seagull back on Bastion? Seagull is back on Bastion. And he just got taken out pretty quickly there as well. He's back on Bastion. He's at 100%. So he's been back on Bastion for a little bit. There's just been so much action over here in the hangar. Let's go ahead and watch Seagull, in case he's able to go ahead and get some sneaky, sneaky damage in. Enigma on Reaper could potentially be interesting as well, but I think Seagull wants to use his ultimate and be super sneaky. Here we go. That's Too Easy over there. Manages to get Gods, and here comes Seagull. It's indiscriminate damage mode. Getting Winghaven while he's distracted. And finally getting some attention given to him. Too Easy manages to pick him up with a couple of Junkrat shots. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. And we have turret mode once again. And here is the ultimate. Junkrat goes down very quickly indeed. Lucio goes down. Winston trying to chase. It looks like he's actually ignoring him for now. I don't recommend that because it's going to be very difficult to deal with later on if you ignore him. And he is following you. Sentry mode now. He's actually protected by a lot of his teammates, so this ends up being okay. Valutaja coming down to try and pick someone off. And Deadeye once again getting interrupted for Valutaja, not having the best time there with that ultimate. Payload now very close to reaching its destination. Let's take a look. Just about 5-10 meters or so. Graviton Surge, Winghaven and Unfixed both getting caught up in that, but only one of them dying initially. There's the second. God's now trying to clear the way. He picks up Valutaja but gets killed off by Too Easy, and now this is getting pretty frantic. Reunited want to try and stop them from capturing that point. They need to stop them completing the map, but there's continuous pushing here from Luminosity. It looks like they will successfully do it. Morton not getting there in time after switching to Tracer. GG's all around, and Luminosity will successfully push on Route 66. And Winghaven on Winston gets play of the game this time around. Tesla Cannon, good unit.